Hi, Board Game Buddy here with a review of Yosemite. Yosemite is a new game from WizKids which enables two players to compete to be Photographer of the Year by snapping pictures of animals and landmarks in Yosemite National Park in the US. It's a quick game to set up and put away and takes about 20 minutes to play. It's only for two players. The key focus of the game is on a constantly changing 5x5 grid of tiles, mostly showing animals but with some Yosemite landmarks thrown in occasionally. Players place their pawn on this grid, taking it in turns to grab the animal tile or landmark token underneath them before moving and then performing a special action. Both of these are decided by the tile they started on. They then draw a new tile from the stack to replace the tile they've just taken from the grid. What decides your movement is the animal tile you started on, with each of the 5 animals enabling you to move differently and sometimes to move your opponent too. Starting your turn on a landmark tile will gain you the landmark token, if it's still there, which is helpful for endgame scoring, but otherwise leads to a dead turn. The 5 animals are red fox, bighorn sheep, black bear, rattlesnake and cougar. As an example of how this impacts your movement, a red fox enables the player to move 1, 2 or 3 spaces, including changes of direction, whereas the cougar simply moves a player to the edge of the grid in any one direction, and also enables that player to move their opponent should they travel through their tile. Each of the 5 animals has 9 animal tiles, with 3 tiles in each of the 3 colours. These enable one of 3 bonus actions, which allow that player to improve their camp, get a fish, which is used to move your pawn, or most importantly to take a photo, which is the core way to win the game. To gain one of the 2 available photo tiles, the player must exchange the required set of animal tiles in their hand, noting that a pair of any animal tile can be used as a wild card in this transaction. Players take turns until all but one of the 10 photo cards have been claimed, and then endgame scoring immediately occurs. Endgame scoring has a bonus for the best camp, as well as points from each of the 2 judges for the player who has the most images of a certain animal on their tiles and cards. There are also lots of points available if you have the matching landmark tile to the location shown on many of your photos. Scoring is relatively high, so it would have been nice to have included a scoring chart on the reverse of the game board. It's kind of a fun game for what it is, and given the short game time it's hard to dislike. However, there's quite a high luck factor here, and I do think that this game has missed a few tricks. In particular, I think the production should have been more of a labour of love to what is no doubt an epic biodiverse place of natural beauty. The game just doesn't look all that beautiful. There's little information about the 5 animals or the landmarks chosen to represent Yosemite, and no actual photos of Yosemite to enjoy either. When I compare this to the production quality of something like Wingspan, I just think it's an opportunity missed. It's also unclear why the 5 animals were chosen to star in this game. In fact, had there been say 10 animals from which 5 were randomly chosen and used each time, then the game would have had much more variety and longevity. The animal tiles are mega thick, so halving these would have made this variety possible in the same small box, and also made shuffling a lot easier for klutzes like me. I'm also not sure that everything is entirely thematically consistent. What do these fish have to do with photos or moving? Why does it take more actions to take a photo of a static landmark than an elusive animal? Overall, I'd say proceed with caution, as the game might not hold your attention long enough to justify the purchase.